Good morning, everybody. It is bright and early on Saturday morning. The kids are in, got one playing on her InnoTab, being a good girl. Got the couch a little bit askew, so hopefully she doesn't get pinched when Daddy pushes it back together. There we go. All right, got her straightened out, and the other, he's over here playing on his computer. Well, this is their computer. Getting ready to do a little bit more of the painting this morning. I've got a chicken out thawing for dinner. Well, maybe for dinner tonight, might be for dinner tomorrow night. I told the kids it would either be for tonight or we could do pizza tonight. So I told them we didn't have any pepperoni, but we do have Johnsonville's Italian sausage, sweet. So we'll put this in the refrigerator, bottom shelf. Move things around. Let me move things around just a tiny bit here. But yeah, I was watching Twitter yesterday and Instagram and YouTube, and one of my favorite YouTubers, Fusi, is a very inspirational, very motivational speaker. We need to raise him up. We need to keep his spirits high. He is an absolutely wonderful motivational speaker, and he is known worldwide. If he wasn't, why would he be on a worldwide tour? So, yeah, everybody, raise him up, pick up his spirits, go, subscribe to his channel. Tell him how inspirational he really is. Because some people have that gift and then others don't. He's one of those like Roman who has that gift. He's had a rough life. He's done the hard things and he's learned from them. Hey guys. Okay, so since yesterday, this is what I've done. Now I like the green trim. We're gonna paint the yellow in here shortly, and once that yellow's painted in, I think it'll look really good. We'll use a brush to brush in above the windows and roll it in down here. Rolling, and then we still got to paint right up there in that little corner there, and put a second coat on up there. I see a spot I missed on the drip edge, but yeah, it's looking good. Need to trim this tree back a little bit more. It's growing up a bit. And then we've got to do this side, and then that'll be done. I really want to do the posts in green. We gotta put the paneling up. We gotta put another solid piece of paneling up. Probably, yeah. Haven't quite decided how that's gonna get fixed. But outside of that, I'm gonna have to do something with the swing set soon. It's starting to fade quite badly, actually. It's starting to. Looks like I might have to rebuild it. All the hardware's there. I just need to recreate it. I mean, I could honestly rebuild it using all the current hardware that's with it. So I've got to decide what to do with this thing, and from this overhang on my patio. From the way it looks is that each of these 2x4s here is rotted out on the end from water damage. There's a good possibility to rot it out up here as well, but
On each of these braces, I could take the screws out, remove the wood, take each of these 2x4s off, take all the paneling off the top of it, just take it all down as one piece. Um, Disassemble it. Once it's disassembled, then I can use these boards as templates for the new ones. Go get a few new, like 3 4x12, 2x4x12s, maybe even 4. We'll have to see what length these are. They look like they might be 4 foot. Um, and if they're 4 foot, then every 3 beams is 12 foot. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 4 foot piece. So I'd need at least four 2x12 or 2x4x12s and one 2x4x8. And then I have to decide what kind of paneling I want to put back up there. On the top of this, there's an overlap of aluminum that somebody rolled out to basically create a path for water to go. Whoever did it did not know what they were doing. It's causing damage to the house. So all of this has to come down so that I can clean this off. Because up here, you can see I've got all that white area up top. And all where you see rust, anywhere you see rust up here, any of that rust, that's all where water is leaking because of damage done by this tree. In fact, that's why I've been in the process, starting since yesterday, trying to find a roofer. Yeah, I gotta find somebody who can roof it for me. But once that roof portion of the extension on overhang is down, I can remake it and basically use maybe wood with some rollout shingle or something on it. You know, just something to make it work. Yeah, if the weather doesn't get to, if it keeps doing like this, I might actually come back out here and put another coat of paint on. I've already been out here once today. I did all of the work around the posts on the patio, the trim up top and around the door. I've got to put some paint around my garage windows. I've got to put a second coat on up here, and then I got to start taking this piece of garbage here down. And that'll probably happen while the kids are in school on Monday, or because I'll have roofers coming out to give me estimates. I'll probably just go ahead and have them, while they're giving me estimates, I'll go ahead and work on tearing this down and getting it set up so that it can be rebuilt. I definitely want to have that extra, and I want to clean it up because it gets so wet back here, and because that is all leaking. That was a disaster from the get-go. Whoever built it did not understand what they were doing, made quite a few big mistakes, and did a lot of damage to the house and its, in the process. On top of that, this house sat for 5 years before I purchased it, and this tree behind me here, as you can see, has these really huge long branches, and they extend way over my house. And at one point they were extending down, and you can see where I've cut them, but they were coming down on top of my patio, and they're scraping the roof. And over time they finally ripped through whatever the roofing material is that they used, and that has allowed water under it and is starting to allow for the roof to leak. So right now, currently, the leak, as far as I know, is along the softening, but that doesn't mean that it's contained there.
Hey, Daddy,
Yes, John.
my camera comes with a watch battery and normal battery.
Yes, but you need to go get some clothing on if you're going to be recording yourself.
Okay.
And Madeline, you should really be wearing a dress or something, honey. And we're gonna see what we can find my daughter real quick to wear. Put her in something pretty for today. We'll let her wear something really nice and pretty today. We're not going anywhere. Daddy just wants you to be dressed, honey. You're growing up, and we're gonna be a household on YouTube. So if we're gonna be on YouTube, you've got to be dressed. You can't be walking around here only in underwear anymore. So every day when you get up, you've got to get some clothing on. Okay? Alrighty? And check out this pretty little girl. Isn't she so adorable? Say hi. Yeah, her hair's a wreck, but that's okay. We still love her. We'll just chop it all off. No! Daddy will kill the first person who wants to cut any length off of her hair. Her hair is... Her grandmother on her mother's side, God rest her soul, made that mistake one time and cut her hair when I didn't want it cut. So outside of that one time, her hair the length of her hair has never been cut other than that one time. I was very upset. I made it known. Guys, I've been coming out of a very bad time of my life. My divorce is very hard on me. My marriage was very hard on me. I loved my wife, my ex-wife. I care about her. I fell out of love with her though. Guys, it's kind of like this, you know. We all make mistakes. I was looking for love in all the wrong places, I guess would probably be the best analogy. I thought she was a very sweet girl. She was about 9 years younger than me. I thought she had a good head on her shoulders. She was going to college. I didn't take long enough to get to know her well enough, and I think that was my biggest downfall, because she was a very good person at heart. It's just she didn't act like it all the time, and we were constantly arguing, and life wasn't easy. Her parents didn't like me. Her dad was upset because I didn't ask for her hand in marriage, or ask him for her hand in marriage, which I thought was a little bit old-fashioned, especially considering she was over the age of 18. She was almost 20. But yeah, I made some mistakes. We got married too soon. Yeah, I could say a lot of things bad, but you know what? Bad as bad can be, but there's nothing in this world that can be that bad. you have to pick yourself up and move on, and that's exactly what I did, and that's exactly what I'm trying to do. I am picking myself back up. While we were married, last couple of years we were married, I was finishing up a culinary management course so that I could become a restaurant manager. More so for my own want than the actual need to have to do it. It would show that I actually had gone to school and got the credits for taking the courses, and that way it would open up a few more hopefully open up a few more job opportunities. Just being a chef of 25 plus years doesn't always grant you an automatic into the best position in any restaurant, guys. I've started over from the bottom I don't know how many times. I've been knocked back to dishwasher because I had to go from this job to a different job under this chef, or even at the same job under this chef, working and getting a new head chef in and getting knocked back because he wants to see me prove myself. Well, as everybody can see, my son is playing with his digital camera. He absolutely loves it. We are becoming a digital household. Something that I thought would be a long time coming because electronics are expensive. So, and I'm not a big, I've never been really huge on social media. John, you can't be in here doing your thing while I'm in here doing my thing. We can't talk over each other, buddy. Gotta love it. Ever since I started doing this, now he's wanting to do it. It's so cool. So one day, if he gets some really good footage of something, I promise, even if it's not, I'll tell you what, just because he's my son and I love him very dearly, if he brought me a decent piece of clip that I could present, I would absolutely include it in my vlog, even if it isn't the most interesting thing in the world. It's just for the fact that my 7-year-old son is trying to follow in my footsteps and become an entrepreneur. Okay? Listen, I watched FouseyTube this morning. Awesome inspirational speech, guys. Tonight we're doing pizza. Excuse me. John? What's wrong? Okay, John, you need to calm down, buddy. We will give this a try. Just a moment ago, my son just started fussing. He broke his digital camera. For some reason, the shutter button broke loose inside. It's not doing what it's supposed to, so I'm gonna have to pop it apart, real quick and try to fix it. So we'll see what's going on. But right now, we'll see what's going on with it later. But for right now, we're gonna work on doing pizza tonight. Here I've got on a plate rising. Well, at the moment it's not rising yet. It needs to warm up. I make pizza dough and I freeze it. It works just fine. But it has to come to room temperature and then it has to rise again. So what I've done is I've turned my oven on and I've got it preheating to 500. And what I'm doing here, and Madeline, do not climb on that. You're going to get hurt. I have it sitting kind of forward on the oven. This is all going to get really nice and warm because this is a gas stove. So my heat vents out here. This whole area right here is going to get nice and warm. So I've got this pan, very nice pan here, that we will set just so you can see, just in front of that vent, just enough so that heat's going to catch right there. We want it to push some of that heat underneath this.
And then we're on this plastic plate. We're gonna set the plate on here until we have to move it. That will get the dough warmed up. It's thawed out all the way. It's just still cold, and I need for it to rise because it's 5:30 here, and the kids are used to eating dinner by now. So it's kind of a late night. It's or late evening, late dinner. It's the weekend, so we don't have an official dinner time, but I like to try to get the kids fed somewhere between 5 and 5:30. I know a lot of you say that's early. Well, I was raised dinner was at 5, 6 at the latest. That's generally my rule of thumb. 5 at the earliest, 6 at the latest. That way you have 3 hours for the food to start digesting before they go to bed. It gives them time to wear off some of the energy that they're going to get from the food. So, this amount of dough will make a very large pizza, or it's going to make a couple of smaller pizzas. I will probably divide it into thirds and make 3 individual pizzas. Something most people don't have is the ability to get their ovens hot enough to actually cook a pizza properly. So when I do this, I preheat my oven to its max, which is 500. And I've got a pizza stone. Okay? Everybody, this is very important. That pizza stone is going to trap heat and it's going to increase the heat. We want our heat over 500 when this on that stone before we do this. So what we'll do is we're going to heat up. We're going to get the oven up to temp. That will help thaw our dough. Great. And then once that's done,
What are you gonna do?
we are staying here for a minute, please. So once that's done preheating and the stone is really nice and hot, gotta replace the ballast. Gotta replace the ballast on that light. So once the stone is done preheating and the oven's nice and hot, we're gonna when we're ready to, we'll turn down the temperature a bit, but when we're ready to, here we are, cook pizza, that stone will turn the temperature down to 475. 450, 475. And that pizza stone will still be at 500 even though the oven will be at a lower temperature. So that way we don't burn our pizza, but we still get a very nice brown crust on the bottom. I see, and this is driving me nuts because I know I washed it. This is a basket of clean laundry. I will find it. It's around here. It couldn't have gotten off and gone too far. So, you excited to make pizza tonight there, kiddo? Yeah?
Yeah.
Hey, we're gonna make sausage pizza? Yeah. Okay. Why don't you go in the other room and watch some cartoons until we're ready, okay? Well, I don't have anything for you to help me with just yet. When I have something that you can help me with, I will absolutely let you help me. Making a simple sauce for my pizza. Some olive oil, some basil, some cilantro, paste. Okay. What is paste? Paste is literally dehydrated, ground down to a pulp tomato. When you rehydrate it, it becomes a tomato sauce. So rather than rehydrating it with, it's like a jelly first, you're gonna use canned. You've got to bring it out. You gotta make it stand out. We're gonna make this stand out. Look at that. Glump. 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 Okay, I brought it on to medium heat, medium low heat, which is about 175 degrees. I'm using beef stock, guys. Beef stock, not chicken. And not water. You can use water. This will give it a little bit more depth of flavor. So add a little bit of water or a little bit of beef stock in there. We're not going to put this, we're not going to put it all in there. We're only giving it about half a cup. And we're going to see where it takes us from there. Let's see here. Let's do a spoon. Spoon will work. So we're going to start mixing this all in the liquid. We're going to turn our heat up to medium, which is about 275. While we're doing this, our pizza dough is over here thawing. Well, it is thawed, but it's warming up and it's growing. And as you can see, it's still increasing in size. I put it up here with the pan that way. So what's happening is that the heat from the oven's coming out here. It's heating this pan, which is directing some of that heat under it, and then blowing it because it creates a current, a draft, and it's bringing that warm air over top of the pizza dough. So the pizza dough is rapidly warming up. Okay, now we have our heat going. We got a little bit more. We're gonna see if we can't. We want to get this to the right consistency. That's why we didn't add all of our beef stock all at once. See, it's still not a hot. It's still too thick for a sauce. Okay, not bad, but we don't want to go too much thicker. But for a pizza sauce, that's still too thick. More beef stock. Just add a little bit at a time until I got that off camera here. Add a little bit at a time until we get to the right consistency that we want with our sauce. And it will get there, guys. And when you get to the point where your sauce is where the consistency you want, then we've got to season it. Okay, now I'm going to lower my heat down because it says tomato sauce. It will splatter everywhere. Not quite there, but getting close. Add a little bit more. Took too many hits of the spoon to get it to release from the spoon. We are getting there though. And we're just going to stir this in until we get the right consistency with our sauce, see? This is how I make, oh, see, perfect. Now that's almost the right consistency. Let's, my little tasting spoons, I love these things. They're just so perfect for tasting. Very tomato rich. Okay, so this is still very concentrated, guys. Not quite the thickness. It's still pretty far away. This should give us about.
Daddy, I wanted your help to
Stand
download
close.
YouTube Kids from Google Play, the web browser called Microsoft Edge.
No, you cannot have Google Play. Okay, guys, and we got salt and pepper our sauce here. Add a little bit of salt. Don't add too much at a time.
Hey, Daddy.
Yes, John.
I'm gonna grab a coin. So.
No, we're each can cook our own pizzas tonight.
Our own pizzas?
So,
Is
John,
that hot?
please, out of the kitchen for the moment.
Okay.
It's getting there. Can use a little bit more salt. Look, guys, we're not trying to get rid of the tomato flavor. We want that higher concentrated flavor. For my sauce, that's what I like. Pinch of pepper. Get that blended in really good. That should give us what we want in the way of flavor. So, our spoon, we're going to rinse it off again. Rinse our fingers off. So we're nice and clean here. Taste test. Perfect.
On the web browser, I really wanted YouTube Kids.
I cannot put YouTube Kids on the web browser. It's an app, John, and you don't have a phone to use it on.
Or, but if I have a phone, I can use it. Daddy.
But you don't, and not right now, John. Daddy is busy. Alright guys, so this is what we're going to do. We're going to get our seasonings out of the way. Get our spoon out of the way here. Put our broth or stock away. And then what we're going to do here is we're going to go ahead and pour the sauce we made, which is still a little bit thick, but this is the way I like it for my pizzas. And I personally think it adds better, more rich tomato flavor to the pizza this way than if you buy the pizza sauce from the store. I'm sorry, that stuff just, you don't know how much, this is just raw concentrated tomato that you turn into a sauce. Alright, so we'll rinse out that pot. That's done.
What is this?
That's tomato paste can.
And is it really short?
What?
Is it short?
Short? Yes. Okay, so our tomato sauce. It is still hot, so we do want to vent it. We want to let it vent. I will label this here in a little bit. I'm not quite ready to label. I want to wait for it to cool down just a little bit more because I'm going to end up using it. That's part one. That is part one of our cooking segment. Now I'm going to invite the children into the kitchen, at least one of the children at a time into the kitchen, and Oh, wait, got one more step. I forgot. See how excited they are? They have just lined up to be, when I said I was going to invite a child into the kitchen. It's like, wow, they're just right there. So, just a moment ago, my children got all excited because I was going to involve them in the cooking and the fun stuff here. And my son goes running across the house, trips, falls, and twists his ankle. So we're going to leave them out of this step. We're still going to let them build their own pizzas. I'm just going to do all the hot cooking for right now so that he doesn't have to be on his feet as much. Then I will roll out the dough. Once I've got the pizza formed, I will call the children in one at a time. And we'll watch them build their own pizzas. I hope I have enough stuff. Alright guys, here we go. Let's get the sausage cooking. Gotta make sure we're using the right pans. I have an induction pan, and then I have stainless steel pans, which are induction ready. There we go. And one more thing. So this is an induction ready. This is stainless steel. It's magnetic. It's ferrous is what it is. It's ferrous. If you were to put a magnet to it, it'll cling. Because basically an induction burner is nothing but a big old electromagnet. And there's a magnetic pad underneath here, an electromagnetic pad. And it works in just that. It keeps running a wave that goes around in circles really fast. And that causes the molecules in the metal to heat up. That's why it's safe to touch anywhere that there's not metal cut. But now, don't fall into the... If you take this off of here while it's hot and then put your hand here, you are going to get third-degree burns. It does not cool off that fast. So just remember that. But within 2 to 3 minutes, you can put your hand there and you won't get burned. So, sausage has a higher fat content, so we don't want to add any fat to it. We're going to take our sausage. Make sure we don't want to eat the paper, guys. This is store-bought Johnson's, whatever, Johnsonville, whatever, mild Italian sausage. So start. That's, you can hear it, and it starts up. It's like a reactor starting up. But here in a moment, you'll see how quick this works. Here in just a minute, this will start sizzling.
Are you going in here?
And there it is. It is starting to sizzle already. Now, you tell me what electric stove will do it that fast. Shoot, even gas takes time. You gotta understand, on a gas or an electric stove, heat has to transfer. In this case, it's the pan heating up, not the burner. See, this is warm, but I can touch it. Now, this gets up to full temp, and I would get serious burns. So we're gonna break some of this up a little. Guys, cook pork sausage, any ground meats all the way through. You do not want to take a chance. So many bad things that can happen from undercooked ground meat. We don't want too small of chunks. I like the original thickness that came out of the package, so I'm kind of leaving it at that. I'm just kind of slicing it up with the tip of the, and then we'll come and chunk it up. So we're going to end up with some fairly good sized chunks. Remember, this is going on a pizza. We want something with a bite on it, but nothing too spicy. Now once I have, in fact, we're going to go ahead because I don't want to overcook my sausage before adding spice or my seasonings. So we're going to take this pot that we just used for making our sauce that I have rinsed out really well, and we're going to set aside a bit of it. There we go. That's going to be mine. This will be for the kids. They will have sausage enough in this, trust me. Plus, it opens up my pan a little bit here. And then we will take this, set it over here. What? I don't know, honey. I really have it broke up as much as I want, so I'm not really biting, I'm not cutting down into it. I'm dragging it back and forth a little. Kind of scooching it, getting it to lay out a little bit more flat and sausage, you know, like, so it'll cook a little bit more evenly. I can't get everything on the first go, but I got quite a bit of it on the first go. It's okay, it's still cooking, it's still going to be good. So we try to keep it inside of the rings on the burner. I originally got this, guys, because some ladies one night decided that she was going to go speeding down the turnpike and lose control of her car, fall asleep at the wheel for whatever reason, launched her van into the air and crashed into the pipeline for the gas company. And we lost our gas for almost a week, and I can't go that long without hot water, and my water heater is gas, so you're gonna have to wait a minute. I'm in the middle of telling a story real quick, and I'll come check on you in a moment. Your time's not up. So anyways, needless to say, I needed to be able to give my children baths. I needed to be able to take a shower, or well, take a bath with no hot water, because our hot water is on gas. Yeah, needless, I got this. I paid $100 for it. Absolutely worth it. Not exactly what I wanted. I want a double burner that is an inset into my counter. I'll get that with my new kitchen. I will get my new kitchen. Positive affirmations, everybody. Positive affirmations. Okay, it's all browned on the outside. I still see a little bit of pink here and there. There's enough residual heat in this pan that when it'll continue to cook for a little bit. We don't want it overcooked. We're gonna let it cool. We gotta remember the kids have to be able to handle this. They gotta be able to spread it around on their pizzas. So. Excuse me. There are two types of heat. You got your upfront heat and you got your lingering heat. Guys, this is awesome for lingering heat. All it is emulsified Scotch bonnets or habanero pepper. Very, very hot. This is Daddy's sausage. So we're going to put about a teaspoon of the emulsified habanero. There's still seeds in this too, guys. Not the whole bunch, not a whole bunch, but there's still seeds. And a bit of the buffalo hot sauce. Not too much because we don't want to overdo it on the pizza. We're only eating pizza. I happen to like really spicy Italian sausage, but my kids aren't huge on the spice, so I'm sorry guys, you guys missed us getting her ready to put. Now you want to spread those sausages out, baby. You want to get them spread out nice and spread out throughout the pizza like this. Put some over here, put some over there.
Put some over here.
Yeah, just like that. You want to get them spread out a little bit. Don't want it all in one place. Okay. You want a little bit more?
Mm-hmm. Here?
Yeah, that's good. And that way, John has some for his pizza too. Okay. Now, Miss Madeline, time for you to put some cheese on. Reach in there. Grab a handful. Try not to spill it on the floor. Put it over the top of the pizza. Over top of the pizza. Sprinkle it on. There you go, just like that. So watch what Daddy does. You get a nice little handful like this. Come here, get your hands over here. Boom. Yeah, there you go. Sprinkle it over. And just a little bit over, all over it. Here you go. Come on. I got more in my hand for you, baby. And Daddy's got you covered. Oh, no, not all in one place. We want to spread that out a bit. Otherwise, we don't have enough. Hang on, Daddy's going to help you. Hands over top. Okay, make sure you get the rest of the pizza that needs to be covered there, okay? Yeah, let's spread it out a little bit better there. Alright, Miss Madeline. Daddy sees a little itty bitty spot that needs a bit of cheese right there. There we go. Perfect. Okay. Miss Madeline, you can go sit down. I will let you know as soon as your pizza is ready. Daddy's pizza is just coming out of the oven.
And
Okay, this is what I should have done in the first place. So, for Miss Madeline's pizza, pour stone out, drop our temperature to 450.
50.
450. Take our pizza on and drop it right on top of that. Back up, it's extremely hot, kiddo.
Do you use the...
You can hear it sizzling already. We push this in, close that up. We're gonna grab another piece of aluminum foil for Mr. John's pizza, because Daddy's already, I'll get it over here for you, John. You just hold fast, okay?
Uh-huh.
I already rolled these, pre-rolled these, so that, because John hurt his foot and I didn't want him to have to deal with it. So, take your fingers and go like that, just a little bit. Okay. Yours is a little bit thicker, so. Yeah, we got enough time on this left. Hang on, John. Daddy's gonna help you. I'm gonna put the amount on that you need, and you get to spread it out, okay? There you go. Spread it out. Now we will put the rest of the sauce. It's cooled down enough that it's literally just about 45, or I'm sorry, about 75 degrees. And I'm gonna put it straight into the refrigerator. All that's not really what we're supposed to do. John, make sure you're getting it all. All the way right over here. Get all over that dough. Keep your hands up. There you go. Now go put that in the sink for me. Very good. Alright, so now your next feat is you have to take all that sausage and put all that sausage onto your pizza, okay?
Okay.
Go for it.
It's just really sweet.
Yeah, I see that.
Are you cutting your pizza? Are you
Hot, hot, hot.
cutting your pizza?
Mm-hmm.
And how many minutes is my pizza gonna be?
I don't know. Daddy's didn't get hard enough. Didn't get crunchy enough on the bottom. Yours will, though. Yours will absolutely cook the way it's supposed to.
I didn't have enough sausage.
Sure you did. You just needed to spread it out a little bit more.
Okay. I like sausages. But I don't like spicy sausages. Hey, Daddy. Is that your pan?
Mm-hmm. Big.
Yeah, next I'm gonna put the mozzarella cheese.
Put your hands over here. I found this is actually the easiest way. Get your hands, 2 hands. Start sprinkling it. Start sprinkling it.
Yeah,
Sprinkling that.
like this.
You do it.
I'm gonna
Make
like
sure you're getting it all good and spread out.
you're gonna like John's pizza.
Right, good enough. You should be able to get the rest of that covered in your pizza.
The cheese is running out.
Watch out. No, don't press it out like that. We're going to spread it out a bit so that it actually... Okay, see where Madeline's is. Madeline's yours is cooking. Funny thing, my daughter's sitting here eating her pizza, and all of a sudden, you put that end in your mouth first, honey. Here, try that. Ah.
Hot.
It's okay. She goes, Helen, there's sausage on my pizza? I was like, yeah, you put it there, don't you remember? Oh, yeah. Gotta love kids, but they gotta love their pizza. Oh, man, do they love their pizza. So, she's eating half. There's the other half. One slice came out with a little bit less sausage on it than the others. Honestly, I think it happened in the cutting. When I cut it, the pizza wheel caught some cheese, and that cheese took sausage with it. So my son's pizza is currently in the oven at the moment as we speak.
Daddy,
getting him a drink.
I just put the cheese on my pizza.
I know. And now we're gonna check on his pizza. Oh, that's really good. We're gonna turn this oven off. And we're gonna find our oven mitts. Oops, not that one. Not like that. John, why don't you take your cup over to your seat? This one, right here. Take that cup over to your seat, please. Hurry up, please. Alright, so pull his pizza out, set it on the... Let's go ahead and get Mommy on the phone. Now, you guys remember, you're going to have to speak up. Okay?
Okay.
Because Mommy won't be able to hear you unless you talk loud.
Yummy.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, Mommy. Hi. We're eating our dinner. Yeah, we're eating our dinner. Pizza. Yeah.
Ask him who made it.
Also, Dad.
You guys saw Daddy make a pizza?
He taught us to make a pizza. Yeah. And he just makes the dough for our pizza.
Alright, everybody, we'll let them talk to their mommy for a few